Good day everyone. For our week 8 topic, we're gonna talk about system of linear equations. And after going through this lesson, you are expected to solve a system of linear equations into variables by graphing, substitution, elimination, and solves problems involving systems of linear equations into variables. To further understand this topic, I have here the definition. A system of linear equations is two or more linear equations whose solution we are trying to find. And it is very important that you know how to change standard form into slope-intercept form. So I have here an example. 4x minus y equals 6 and the slope-intercept form is y equals 4x minus 6. And 2x plus y equals 0 and the slope-intercept form is y equals negative 2x. A solution to a system of linear equations in two variables is the ordered pair x and y that satisfies all equations in the system. Now we have here the methods of solving systems of linear equations. So there are three ways to solve systems of linear equations. So first, graphing, second, substitution, and third is elimination method. First is the graphing method. We just only need to solve each equation for y, then graph each equation on a rectangular coordinate plane. Then observe where the two lines intersect. The coordinates of the intersection point are the solutions of the system. So the benefit of this method, it is very easy to do, and the drawback, it requires graph paper and might be imprecise. There are 4 steps to solving a linear system using a graph. First, you need to put both equation in slope-intercept form. Just solve both equation for y so that each equation looks like y equals to mx plus b. Second, graph both equation on the same coordinate plane. Use the slope and the y-intercept for each equation in step 1. Third, look for the point of intersection. This ordered pair that corresponds to the point of intersection is the solution. Fourth, check to make sure your solution makes both equations true. So just substitute the x and y values into both equations to verify the point is a solution to both equations. Now let's take an example, solving systems of linear equations by graphing. So we have here two equations, x minus y equals 0 and 2x plus y equals negative 3. So for us to easily solve the system by graphing, we need to follow the steps. So first equation, x minus y equals 0. Again, we need to rewrite the equation in slope-intercept form. So the answer is y equals x. So we need to get the slope and the y-intercept, which is 1 and 0. For our second equation, 2x plus y equals negative 3. So we need to rewrite the equation into slope-intercept form. So we have y equals negative 2x minus 3. So the slope is negative 2 and the y-intercept is negative 3. Now, after getting the slope-intercept form, we need to graph both equations on the same coordinate plane. So I have here the graph. Now let's look for the point of intersection. So as you can see here, the point of intersection is negative 1 and negative 1. Now, let's check to make sure that our solution makes both equations true. So let's substitute the x and y values into both equations to verify the point is a solution to both equations. So here is the first given equation. So i-substitute lang natin yung ating solution, which is negative 1 and negative 1. So as you notice here, nag-satisfy siya. And then for our second equation, i-substitute natin ulit yung ating solution, which is negative 1 and negative 1. So the same answer, nag-equal na siya, which is negative 3 and negative 3. Therefore, negative 1 and negative 1 is the solution of the system. For our second example, solved by graphing 2x plus 3y equals 7. Second equation is negative x plus 2y equals 14. Again, our first step is to rewrite the given equation into slope-intercept form, or y equals mx plus b. So I have here 3y equals negative 2x plus 7. We need to divide both sides by 3. Y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2 and 1/3. Our slope is negative 2/3 and the y-intercept is 2 and 1/3. For our second example, again, our first step, we need to rewrite the given equation into slope-intercept form. So we have 2y equals x plus 14. We need to divide both sides by 2. Y equals 1/2 x plus 7. The slope is 1/2 and the y-intercept is 7. Now let's graph. So this is the graph of our first equation and also the graph for our second equation. And as you notice here, meron tayong point of intersection. And that is negative 4 and 5. So after nating alamin yung point of intersection, we need to make sure kung masasatisfy niya yung given equation. So kailangan natin i-substitute yung negative 4 and 5 sa dalawang given equation natin. So for our first equation, 2x plus 3y equals 7. So sinubstitute lang natin yung x and then y. So kung mapapansin nyo, na-satisfy niya yung given equation natin. So nag-equal sila dito. Alright? And for our second equation, negative x plus 2y equals 14. And na-satisfy din niya yung given equation. So therefore, we conclude that negative 4 and 5 is the solution of the system. Now, let's proceed to our second method in solving systems of linear equation, and that is by substitution. Substitution method. In one of the equations, solve for one of the variables. Either y equals some expression with x, or x equals some expression with y. Then, substitute the new expression into the other equation, thereby getting rid of one of the variables. Then, simply solve the linear equation for the remaining variable. Now, here are the steps in solving systems of linear equations by substitution. First, solve one of the equations for either x or y. Second, substitute the new expression into the other equation for the variable. Third, solve for the remaining variable. And fourth, substitute the solution into the other equation to get the solution to the second variable. Example number 1. I have here equation number 1, which is 3x plus 4y equals negative 4. Equation number 2, x equals negative 2y plus 2. And for our first step, solve one of the equations for either x or y. And as you can see here, the second equation is already solved for x, or meron na tayong value ng x, which is negative 2y plus 2. For our second step, substitute the expression x equals negative 2y plus 2 for x into equation 1, which is 3x plus 4y equals negative 4. So again, ito yung ating equation number 1, which is 3x plus 4y equals negative 4. Isa-substitute natin yung equation number 2 since meron na tayong value ng x. So we have here 3 times the quantity of negative 2y plus 2 plus 4y equals negative 4. So ito na po yung ating equation 2. For the third step, to solve the new equation. So we have here 3 times a negative 2y is negative 6y. 3 times 2 is 6. And then bring down 4y equals negative 4. We need to simplify, or we need to combine like terms. So 6y, negative 6y plus 4y equals negative 2y. And then bring down 6 and then negative 4. Now, we need to isolate y. So, we have here negative 2y equals negative 4 minus 6. So we need to simplify. Negative 4 minus 6 is negative 10. We need to divide both sides by negative 2. So the value of y is 5. For our fourth step, we need to substitute y equals 5 into either equation 1 or equation 2. So here is our equation 1 and 2. Let's try using equation 2. So x equals negative 2. So the value of y is 5 plus 2. And then we need to simplify. X equals negative 2 times 5 is negative 10 plus 2. So the value of x is negative 8. So the solution is negative 8 and 5. Let's check our answer. Let's substitute the value of x and y to our given equation. So the point is negative 8 and 5. So this is our first equation. So 3x plus 4y equals negative 4. Substitute lang po natin. 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. 4 times 5 is 20 equals negative 4. Simplify. Negative 4 equals negative 4. So nasatisfy niya yung ating first equation. How about the second equation? So we have here x equals negative 2y plus 2. Let's substitute. So we have here negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. So simplify. Negative 10 plus 2 is negative 8. So nasatisfy din niya yung second equation. Therefore, negative 8 and 5 is the solution of the system. Alright? Second example. Equation 1, x plus y equals 5. Equation 2 is 2x plus 3y equals 5. And for our step 1, solve one of the equations for either x or y. And as you can see here, the first equation is easy to solve for x or y. So let's use equation number 1. X plus y equals 5. So let's solve for y. So y equals negative x plus 5. So this will be our equation 3. Step 2. Substitute the expression, equation 3, y equals negative x plus 5 for y, into equation 2, 2x plus 3y equals 5. Again, ito yung ating equation number 2. Isa-substitute natin yung equation number 3 since meron na tayong value ng y. So, we have 2x plus 3. Substitute yung value ng y, which is negative x plus 5, equals 5. Step 3, solve the new equation. So we have 2x plus 3 times the quantity of negative x plus 5 equals 5. We need to simplify. So 3 times negative x is 3x. 3 times 5 is 15. So we need to combine like terms. So we have negative x plus 15 equals 5. We need to isolate x. So negative x equals 5 minus 15. So 5 minus 15 is negative 10. So negative x here, we need to divide both sides by negative 1. So the value of x is 10. Step 4, substitute x equals 10 into either equation 1 or 2. So let's use equation number 2, which is 2x plus 3y equals 5. So 2 times 10 plus 3y equals 5. We need to simplify. So 20 plus 3y equals 5. We need to isolate y. So we have here 3y equals negative 15. We need to divide both sides by 3. Y equals a negative 5. So the solution is 10 and negative 5. Now for our checking, let's substitute our solution, which is 10 and negative 5, to the two given equation. For our first equation, y equals 5 minus x. So kung mapapansin nyo, na-satisfy niya yung given equation. And for our second equation, 2x plus 3y equals 5. So, na-satisfy din niya yung ating second equation. Therefore, 10 and negative 5 is the solution of the system. Example 3, solve the system using substitution. I have here 2x plus 2y equals 5, and the second equation is 3x minus 2y equals 0. First step, solve an equation for one variable. So let's use equation number 1. So 2x plus 2y equals 5. So 2y equals negative 2x plus 5. We need to divide both sides by 2. So y equals negative x plus 5 over 2. So, meron na tayong value ng y, which is negative x plus 5 over 2. So, this will be our equation number 3. Step 2, substitute. We need to substitute equation 3, which is y equals negative x plus 5 over 2 to equation 2. So, ito yung ating equation 2. 3x minus 2y equals 0. I-substitute natin yung equation 3, which is negative x plus 5 over 2. Now, let's solve the equation. So, negative 2 times negative x is positive 2x. Negative 2 times 5 over 2 is negative 5. We need to combine like term, and we need to isolate x. So, 5x equals 5. We need to divide both sides by 5. So, the value of x is 1. Now, for our fourth step, we need to substitute x equals 1 to equation 1 to get the value of y. So, 3x minus 2y equals 0. So, 3 times 1 minus 2y equals 0. So, let's simplify and isolate y. So, negative 2y equals negative 3. We need to divide both sides by negative 2. So, the answer or the value of y is 3 over 2 or 1 and 1 half. The solution is 1 and 1 and 1 half. Example number 4, solve the system using substitution. Equation 1, x plus y equals 3. Equation 2, x plus y equals 7. Step 1, solve an equation for one variable. Let's use equation number 1. X plus y equals 3. So x equals negative y plus 3. So this will be our equation 3. And then substitute for second step. So we have x plus y equals 7. So this is our equation 3. Negative y plus 3 plus y equals 7. Next, solve the equation. So let's cancel negative y here and plus y. Cancel out. So 3 equals 7. The variables were eliminated. This is a special case. This 3 equals 7. That is false. So take note that when the result is false, the answer is no solutions. Example number 5. Solve the system using substitution. First equation 2x plus y equals 4. Second equation 4x plus 2y equals 4. Our first step, solve an equation for one variable. So the first equation is easiest to solve for y. So we have y equals negative 2x plus 4. For our second step, we need to substitute. So 4x plus 2y equals 8. So let's substitute 4x plus 2 times negative 2x plus 4 equals 8. Third step, we need to solve the equation. So 4x minus 4x plus 8 equals 8. And then we need to cancel 4x minus 4x. So we have here 8 equals 8. This is also a special case. Does 8 equals 8? Yes, that is true. Note when the result is true, the answer is infinitely many solutions. Now let's proceed to our third method in solving systems of linear equation, and that is by elimination. Here are the steps. First, write the system so that like terms are aligned. Step 2, eliminate one of the variables and solve for the other variable. Step 3, substitute the value of the variable into one of the original equations and solve for the other variable. Step 4, write the answers from steps 2 and 3 as an ordered pair x and y and check. Example number 1, elimination using addition. I have here two given equation, 3x minus 4y equals 10 and x plus 4y equals negative 2. First step, write the system so that like terms are aligned. So, kung mapapansin nyo, naka-align na yung ating like terms. Second, we need to add the equations to eliminate the y terms. So, 3x plus x is 4x. Negative 4y plus 4y is 0. 10 plus negative 2 is 8. Now, let's simplify and solve for x. So, 4x equals 8. We need to divide both sides by 4. So, the value of x is 2. And for our third step, write one of the original equations. X plus 4y equals negative 2. This is equation 2. And substitute 2 for x. 2 plus 4y equals negative 2. Subtract 2 from both sides. So, 2 minus 2, 0. So, kahit hindi na natin siya ilagay dito, bring down 4y. And then negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. And to get the value of y, we need to divide both sides by 4. So, y equals negative 1. And for our step 4, we need to write the solution as an ordered pair. So, we have here 2 and negative 1. Example number 2. Solve y plus 3x equals negative 2 and 2y minus 3x equals 14 by elimination. So our first step, write the system so that like terms are aligned. So if you notice here, naka-align na yung variable y natin and x. So add the equations to eliminate the x term. So y plus 2y is 3y. 3x minus 3x is 0. Negative 2 plus 14 is 12. So simplify and solve for y. So 3y equals 12. We need to divide both sides by 3. So y equals 4. Since nakuha na natin yung value ng y, now let's proceed to step 3 to get the value of x. So step 3, write one of the original equations. So y plus 3x equals negative 2. This is equation 1. Substitute 4 for y. So 4 plus 3x equals negative 2. Subtract 4 from both sides. So we have here 4 minus 4 cancel. And then negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6. Bring down 3x. Next, we need to divide both sides by 3 to get the value of x. So x equals negative 2. For our step 4, write the solution as an ordered pair. So we have negative 2 and 4. Now, let's solve problems involving systems of linear equations into variables. There are real-life problems that can be solved using systems of equations. Example, the admission fee at a small fair is 15 pesos for children and 40 pesos for adults. On a certain day, 2,200 people enter the fair and 50,500 pesos is collected. How many children and how many adults attended? For the solution, let x be the number of adults, y the number of children, and 40x amount generated from adults and 15y amount generated from children. For our equations, equation 1, x plus y equals 2,200, the number of adults and children. Equation 2, 40x plus 15y equals 50,500 for the amount collected. Now let's use substitution method. First, use equation 1 to find y. So x plus y equals 2,200. So y equals negative x plus 2,200. This will be our equation 3. For our step 2, substitute equation 3 to equation 2. So we have 40x plus 15y equals 50,500. Now let's substitute the value of y for our equation 3, which is negative x plus 2,200. Now let's simplify. So 15 times negative x is negative 15x. 15 times 2,200 is 33,000. Now let's combine like terms. So we have here 40x minus 15x. We have 25x equals 50,500 minus 33,000. Let's simplify. So 25x equals 17,500. We need to divide both sides by 25. So the value of x is 700. Now, since we already have the value of x, which is 700, let's proceed to step 2 para makuha natin yung value ng y. So, substitute the value of x in any of the equations. So, suppose we use equation 1, x plus y equals 2,200. So, the value of x is 700. So, plus y equals 2,200. Let's simplify. Y equals 2,200 minus 700. So y equals 1,500. Therefore, there are 700 adults and 1,500 children. Now let's check. So for our equation 1, x plus y equals 2,200. Let's substitute the value of x and y to our given equation. So the value of x is 700, y is 1,500. So let's add x and y. So 700 plus 1,500 is 2,200. So nag-equal yung sagot natin. How about equation 2? 40x plus 15y equals 50,500. Let's substitute the value of x and y. So 40 times 700 is 28,000. And then 15 times 1,500 is 22,500. So kapag pinag-add natin, so 50,500 equals 50,500. So the value satisfied the equation. Therefore, the solutions are correct. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day, everyone.